ways to get around things where we are trying to target groups. All right, so we're going to move on to coaching leaders. Alex Dumas, you are with Abundant Leadership Ventures and you coach people to shift their mindsets. So what have you found to be the biggest mental blocks leaders face when trying to embrace all of this as a personal and professional responsibility? I know that's a hard question.
How much time we have, right? But thank you, Marcy. I love that question. It's amazing. And as a speaker, as a coach, as an author, I'm always listening for the words. I'm listening for those big buzzwords. So for you out there, you're going to play with me because this is interactive. This is inclusive. This is want to demonstrate DEI in real time. So the three words that I locked onto were block, embrace, and responsibility. So folks, when you hear the word block, what comes to mind? So this is open forum, like basketball, fair enough? Yeah, it's NBA season. Block. Say it again? Stop. Perfect. What about embrace? What comes to your mind? What are pictures in your mind when you think about the word embrace? Welcome. Thank you. One more? Hug. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Responsibility. What comes to your mind? Say it again? Owning it. Perfect. So those three words, right? Images pop up into my mind. When you hear the word block, obstruct, hinder, restrict. When it comes to embrace, like you said, a hug, right? I think of love. I think about somebody being empathetic in times where I may be struggling, I may be having a challenge. Being welcome, feeling like I belong. And the responsibility of owning it, ownership. Creating a space for collaboration, creating a space for connection. You see, the words that we use, they matter. And as business owners, as leaders, raise your hand if you like your business to be blocked, if you want to be obstructed. Does anybody want to be hindered or restricted? Good, I didn't see any hands up, so we're in the right place. Now, when we think about embracing, who here likes to be welcomed? Who here likes to belong? As several of our panelists have mentioned before, when we create a culture where people can show up and feel they have access, where they feel like they belong, where they feel like they can be themselves authentically, does that make productivity go up? Would it make sense for me as a leader to say, I really don't like everybody else's opinion. I'm just going to have my way, my voice, my stance, and everybody else has to fall around it. Everybody else has to bend to my will. Will my business be successful? No. Will I thrive? Will my team thrive? So when we're thinking about these words, diversity, equity, inclusion, I love what Shatrice shared earlier about breaking down these words, making it real, because we hear DEI, well, it's just DEI. No. Diversity. We're in the United States, not the United State. Right? We're thinking about equity. I want to have ownership. I want to contribute, and I want to have a reward as a result from my hard work. That's what this country is built on. You work hard, you do the right thing, right? The traditional way, you get rewarded. And then responsibility. As leaders, we're responsible for how we show up. And when I work with leaders, when I coach them, the main thing I'm looking for is, what's your commitment level? Because we're on this panel right now, DEI, more than words, right? The words are powerful, words matter, words create, we speak things into existence, but then what's the action behind it? Are we tracking how we're treating people? Are we asking them, are we even concerned or interested in what their experience is like? If I'm coming from my high, mighty space, I'm Alex, I know it all, I got it. Your voice is silence. As a woman, as a man, as a person of color, is silence. And I have this idea in my mind that our stories matter, our voices matter. So I'm gonna leave you with three things that I think that leaders can embrace, right? Going back to the words, and implement right away. So one is this thing called worth. I'm not an Olympian, but I think of Usain Bolt. I want to go for the gold in terms of going for the greatness in somebody else. I want to listen for what's great about them. I want to see the value that they have as a person. Where are they coming from? What's their experience like? I want to look at the I part of it. I want to look at the intentions. What am I committed to doing? Am I committed to just looking good and having people pat me on the back as a leader? Or am I committed to making sure that everybody who walks through these doors walks away feeling, wow, I did something useful. I did something meaningful today. I made a difference. I produced and I was effective. And the last part of it is what we're here right now doing, this network. It's a collective, it's a community. When we forget that, we suffer, we lose. And if you didn't catch it by yet, W-I-N, win. I'm here to win. You're here today to learn how to win. Obstruction, hindrance, restriction, that's no way to win. And when we as leaders embrace that, when we can equip our teams to do that, everybody wins, including you. That's me.
I was inspirational.
I was going to drop the mic.